In today's video, I am going to show you how to use Wix Studio CMS and its robust features to effortlessly create dynamic web pages. So if you're ready, let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a CMS? CMS stands for Content Management System. It's a tool that allows you to create, manage, and modify content on your website without needing extensive coding skills. Imagine it as a bridge between your creativity and the technical aspects of web development. Now let's consider an example, a job listing platform. If you were to build such a platform from the ground up, you'd need to manually code every job posting, every company profile, and every application form. That's a lot of work, but with a CMS, you can easily create templates for job postings, manage listings, and allow companies to update their profiles directly, all through a streamlined interface. This not only saves time, but also makes the platform easier to manage and scale. But can we use a CMS for all types of web pages? The answer is no. When it comes to web development, there are two types of pages you can create: static and dynamic. What's the difference? Static web pages are exactly what they sound like: static. They don't change unless someone manually updates the code or content. Think of a simple landing page for a small business, showcasing their services and contact information. The content stays the same for every visitor unless it's manually updated by the site owner. Static pages are great for straightforward content that doesn't need frequent updates. On the other hand, the content of dynamic web pages comes from a separate database. A good example is the job listing platform we mentioned earlier. If we wanted to use a static page for each job, we'd have to make hundreds of pages. And guess what? If we needed to change the design of the job page, we'd have to manually update all those pages one by one. But that's not the case with dynamic pages. We only need to create one dynamic page called job page that's connected to our CMS, and when a company lists a new job, the job page dynamically updates to show relevant job information. It's a much more efficient way, isn't it? So now that you're familiar with the concept of CMS and dynamic pages, let's build a website for a furniture design company. First, let's define the structure of this website. For this project, we'll need a homepage to showcase a selection of featured furniture, a product list page where all their products are displayed, and a product page that shows relevant information about each product. Alright, here as you can see, I have a simple landing page for this furniture design company. This is a template from the Wix Studio templates. You can easily access it if you go to the templates page and start editing it. But here we have a simple static page, meaning that the content here are not connected to a database, okay? So they are not going to be updated frequently. If this image is going to be updated, then the site owner should manually come over here, select this particular image, and change the image, okay? That's how static pages work. However, as I mentioned before, we are going to create dynamic pages together using Wix Studio CMS. The first thing we need is a CMS collection. If you head over to this section and you click on this CMS icon, here you'll be able to create a CMS collection. Here we have start with a preset. You can choose one of these presets, but I'm going to show you how to create a CMS collection from scratch. And here it says start by adding content. I'm going to click on this one. And again, it gives me a few options. You can create a collection using Wix Studio AI, which is quite helpful. Let me show you how it works. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to hit next. Here you can name your collection. I'm going to name it products. And here you just need to give Wix Studio some information about your collection. For example, you could say a collection of products with title, description, price, image gallery, and rating. Like that. And once you hit next, this AI tool will create the collection for you with these fields: title, description, price, image gallery, and rating. However, I'm not going to use this tool now. As I told you before, I'm going to choose this option, start from scratch, and I'm going to hit next. I'm going to give my collection a name. I'm going to call it products. and here it asks me how many items do you want in your collection, multiple items or a single item. We need multiple items. Okay, I'm gonna hit create, and in a few seconds our CMS collection is created. By default, it only has one field. As you can see here, we have title, but now we need to go ahead and add a few more fields. A CMS collection is essentially a table of content. Okay, so you create different fields and then you store your content here, and you'll be able to manage your content, modify it, add more content, etc. So here we have the title. Now I'm going to click on this add field button, and here it allows me to choose between different field types. Okay, here we have the essential types, we have media, we have time and location, and here we have the JavaScript section. Well, based on your needs, you can choose between these field types. Here we have text, which is good for simple titles and paragraph. Here we have rich text, which allows you to format your text. We have rich content, which allows you to add even media to your content. We have links, number, tags, Boolean, reference, multi-reference. Okay, but for this project, we need the title, which we already have. We need a description. For the description, I also want to use this text field. I'm going to select it, hit choose field type, and here I need to give it a name. I'm going to type description. Here you can add a help text as well, which is optional. This one helps your client to understand what this field does. So later when you hand over the project to your client, the client will be able to manage their content by themselves, okay? And they don't need to rely on you. For now, I'm going to leave it empty. Later we can adjust it. Here we have validations as well. It allows us to make this field required or leave it optional. For now, I'm not going to change these settings. And here we have the default value. Now I'm going to hit save, and there it is. Here we have our description field. Now let's go ahead and add another field. We need another field for our price. I'm going to choose number. You can choose text as well, but in this case, I prefer number. I'm going to choose this field type, and here let's call it price. Hit save. What else do we need? Well, for this project, once one product is selected, we are going to direct the user to the product page that displays a gallery of images, okay, of that particular product. So here I'm going to add a media gallery field. This particular field type allows you to add multiple images to your field. So I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to call it photos. Hit save. Then we need another image type, which is gonna be this one, because we need a cover image for our product cards. So I'm gonna select image, and I'm gonna call it image. Hit save. You might say that we are done. However, we need one more field, which is gonna be a Boolean field. Okay, a Boolean allows us to store true or false values. And this particular field later on will allow us to filter our content. It allows us to showcase the featured products on our homepage. Okay, so I'm gonna name it featured, hit save, and we are done now. Now that we have our fields, it's time to go ahead and start adding items. I'm gonna click on this add item button, and I'm gonna call it, let's say, product 1, like this. I'm going to give it a description. There it is. I just copied and pasted this particular description. And for the price, let's type something random, maybe 1200. And here we need to add media. Okay, using this particular button, I can start uploading images here. However, I'm going to use the media from Wix section. All right, let's choose this one. I'm going to add to item, and we need a few more. I'm just going to speed up this process. Obviously here we need to upload photos for one specific product. However, since this is a fictional project, I'm just going to add some random furniture products here. There it is. I've added 3 images here. I'm going to hit save. As you can see here, we have 3 images. Now for our product card cover, I'm going to add 1 image only. So let me do it quickly. I'm going to choose this one, and for now we don't need to decide whether this product is featured or not. If you want to make it featured, you can simply click here, but let's keep it unchecked for now. And let's go ahead and add more products. Now I'm going to fast forward this process. All right, I've added 4 products to this table with different price tags, different descriptions, and different images. Okay, so now that our CMS collection is ready, it's time to go ahead and start designing our dynamic pages. There are actually two ways for creating dynamic pages. The first way is to just head over to the pages section, and from here click on this add new page. And here it allows you to add dynamic pages. I'm going to click on it. And now as you can see, our products collection is automatically selected here because we don't have any other collections. And it lets me create a list page which showcases all our products within our CMS collection, and an item page, or let's say a product page in this case, which just shows the information relevant to a specific product. Well, we can go ahead and add a dynamic list page, an item page, and then modify its design. That's one way, but for the item page, I prefer to design it from scratch using a static page and then convert it to a dynamic page, which is the second way for creating dynamic pages. So now let me go ahead and add just a static page, and I'm going to call it product. And here in this middle section, I'm just going to add an element. Let's add a text, and let's just type product list like that. I'm just going to place it somewhere around here. Now I'm going to select this section and just add a cell to the bottom. And here I'm going to add an image gallery. Again, I'm going to select it. I'm going to head over to the add element section. And from here, I'm just going to look for gallery. There it is. Now I'm going to select this gallery and click on settings. And from here, I can easily modify the layout of this gallery. I'm just going to change it to maybe bricks or even mix. Yeah, I think mix looks good. And then I'm going to click on this icon to stretch it, so it takes up the whole available width within my section, within my cell. All right, now what we can do is select our section grid and just add some inner padding. Here I'm just going to add a 5% padding to all sides like this. Let me align this text to the left. I'm going to select this text and align it to the top of this top cell like that. And we are basically done. The other thing we can do is select this image gallery and just modify the corner radius of these images. Okay, let's go to settings, and I'm going to go to design. And from here, I'm going to choose item style. And here you can modify the corner radius of these images. I'm just going to increase it to maybe 20. Yeah, it looks good. I can increase it to 30 as well. Yeah, 30 looks much better. And here you can choose your hover effect. So once the user hovers over each of these images, what happens? I'm going to choose zoom in here. So as you can see, as soon as I hover over it, I get this zoom in effect, and I'll get this dark overlay layer on top of this image, which is quite good, isn't it? Okay, but apart from this title, we need a description, the price as well. However, I need to modify this text. It shouldn't be product list because this is going to be our product page. I'm just going to leave it as product because later it will change based on our product's title. Okay, now I'm going to select this title, duplicate it, hit Ctrl D or Command D, bring it down. Let me expand this cell's height, and I'm just going to change this heading to paragraph 1, and this is going to be our description. Let me expand it a bit. Now I'm going to duplicate it, and here I'm just going to type a $sign. We need one text element for this $sign and another text element for the price tag itself. And the reason is we only need to change the price tag dynamically, not the currency. So the currency stays the same. And in our CMS collection, if you remember, we only added a number to our number field. So here I'm just going to change the responsive behavior to hug, so it hugs the content inside. Now let me duplicate it, hit Ctrl D or Command D, and for now I'm just going to type 2000. Let's bring it next to it. I'm going to hold down the Shift key to select these two text elements, and I'm going to click on stack. Like this, it works just like auto layout in Figma if you're familiar with auto layout. And finally, let's make them bold. Perfect. Here I'm just going to type description, and let me select these two text elements and stack them and just change the spacing between them. I'm just going to decrease it to 4 like that. And now I'm going to select this stack and this top stack and just add them to another stack like this. to be able to adjust the spacing here, I'm just going to change it to 20 to have a better visual hierarchy. All right, so far so good. As you can see, we have designed our product page, which is a static page, and now it's time to convert it to a dynamic page and start connecting all our elements to our CMS items. All right. In order to convert this static page to a dynamic page, you can easily click on this three dot icon right here and click on convert to dynamic page. As simple as that. And on the right side, it says make this page dynamic in a few simple steps. I'm going to click on start now. And here it says whether you want to create a new collection or you want to connect this page to an existing collection. Since we already created the collection, I'm just going to choose this existing collection option. And from this list, I'm going to pick products, hit next, and it says adding a data set. And now it says your page is now dynamic. A data set allows us to connect the elements within our CMS collection to the elements of this page. Okay, I'm gonna hit close. And here, as you can see, as soon as we converted this static page to a dynamic page, we'll get this page switcher with all our products inside. It allows us to preview different product pages easily. But currently our elements are not connected to any of our CMS items. So let's go ahead and fix that. First, I'm just gonna select this particular text element, the product title, and I'm gonna click on this item, connect to CMS. And on the right side, it says choose a data set. It's already selected for us since we only have one data set and one CMS collection. And here it says text connects to, which is not connected, and we need to connect it to a correct field, which is gonna be title. As soon as I do that, this text changes because now it's retrieving data from my CMS collection. And since it's set to product 1 here in this switcher, we are seeing the information about our first product. Now let's do the same thing for the description. I'm just gonna connect it to description, and there it is. This is the description of this particular product. And finally, I'm gonna select this particular text layer and connect it to our price. All right, it's updated. But what about our image gallery? Now I'm gonna select this gallery and try to connect it to our products item dataset, obviously. And here we have photos, media gallery, and look what happens. Now this gallery is connected to our CMS collection and it's retrieving data from our photos field. As you can see here, we have all the images we picked before. But what about other products? Here, using this switcher, I can change it to product 2. The photos will be changed, the title, description, and price. And that's how powerful a CMS collection is. So we designed this page once and we connected all these elements to our CMS collection fields. And these elements are dynamically updated based on the product selected, which is so cool. All right, now that our product page is ready, it's time to go ahead and create a product list page. Again, we can create a static page and then convert it to a dynamic page. But now let me show you how you can do it using the first option I presented to you. I'm just going to click on add dynamic page. And from here, I'm just going to pick list page, add it to site, and there we go. Here we have our products list. What we can do now is go ahead and modify the design a bit. For example, we can select this image and just change the corner radius. And since here we have a repeater element, let me show you. Whatever changes we make to one of these cards will be applied to all of them automatically. So here, I'm just gonna select this image and I'm just gonna go to corners and increase the corner radius to 20. And as you can see, all of them are rounded now. We can do the same thing with buttons. I'm gonna select it, change the corner radius to 12 maybe. And also I'm gonna change the text of this button to learn more. And we are done. Now let me preview it. So here, if I click on this learn more button, look what happens. Nothing. Do you know why? Because we didn't connect this button to our data set. I'm just gonna select it. I'm gonna click on this icon, connect to CMS. And from here, I'm gonna choose this one, click action connects to, not label connects to, because we are not gonna change the label here. We just need to connect this button to the corresponding page of this particular product. Okay, so I'm just gonna click on it and choose product item. And now if we preview it, I can click on learn more and I'll be taken to this product 4 page. All right, now that our product and product list pages are ready, let's go ahead and create that recommended, or let's say featured section on our home page. So what we need to do is just head over to our home page, and let me show you where we need to place that recommended section. I'm just gonna scroll down. Here is that section. Here I have the title, recommended products, but here underneath we have nothing. So we can easily copy and paste the repeater in our product list page, but let's actually use another layout. So here I'm just gonna select this section, and from here I'm just gonna go to maybe services, and let's pick this one for instance. All right, there it is. Now I'm gonna select this repeater because we don't need this section. I'm just gonna cut it, hit Ctrl X or Command X. Let's remove this additional section. And I'm going to select this recommended product section, add a cell right here. I'm going to select this cell, the bottom one, and just paste the repeater inside. So what should we do now? Should we convert this home page to a dynamic page? No, we can't do that. We cannot convert a home page to a dynamic page. But what we can do is create a dynamic section. So essentially we make this section dynamic, and its content will be connected to our CMS collection. So here I'm going to select this repeater and just connect it to our CMS, add a data set. It's going to be products, create. As soon as I do that, the number of cards increases because we have 4 products in our CMS collection, which indicates that actually this section is now dynamic. However, we are not done because we need to go ahead and connect these elements one by one to our CMS collection fields. So this one should be connected to image like that. This one should be connected to our title. This button should be connected to our product item, and we are basically done. The only thing I'm going to do here is select this repeater and just change the spacing between these cards. Okay, I'm just going to increase the gap to 20. Okay, this section is now dynamic. However, we don't want to display all our product lists here. Here we just need to display our featured products, our recommended products. But how can we do that? Well, let's get back to our CMS collection here. I'm just going to open it up. As you remember, we've created this featured field in order to be able to filter our content, right? But we didn't make any of these products featured. So let's go ahead and make this product featured. For example, this one and this one, only 3. Okay, now I'm gonna select this repeater, and from here, from this CMS connections panel, I'm gonna click on dataset settings, and here as you can see we have a field called filter. I'm gonna add a filter, and the field is gonna be our Boolean field, which is gonna be this featured. The condition is value true, which means when that featured field is checked, that product should show up here. If it's set to false, then it shouldn't be visible here. Okay, I'm gonna add filter, and as soon as I do that, look what happens. Now, here we only see our featured products. I can also select this repeater, and from the layout section, I can change the display type from cards to slider. So now, if I preview it, I can easily scroll horizontally like that. And obviously, if I click on any of these buttons, let's say product 3, I'll be taken to the corresponding product page. So that's basically how Wix Studio CMS works. It's so powerful. And apart from the ease of development, it also allows your client to manage their site's content by themselves, so they don't need to rely on you whenever they want to make some changes or whenever they want to add a product. Let me show you how it works from the client's end. I'm going to go to Edit Site. I'm going to go to Dashboard here. So whenever the client wants to modify a piece of content, or let's say add another product to their product list, they can simply head over to this CMS section, open up the products collection, and from here, they can click on Open, for example, for product 3, and just adjust these fields. As you can see here, we have a very clean user interface so that the client can easily modify the content. For example, the price, the image, they can replace the image, they can add more images, and also they can manage fields. For example, they can change the order of these fields like this. Or they can even make these optional fields visible. For example, this created date or updated date. If you want to learn more about Wix Studio and take your web design business to the next level, make sure to check out this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more design tutorials. Have a great day and see you next time.